Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Football Queensland edition of the Village Law SEQFC preview show. My name's Darren and we have got a couple of guests tonight to talk about everything Football Queensland. Our first guest is David Silva, who's the coach of Moreton Bay United NPLW side. G'day, David.
Hey, Darren, how you doing, mate? Thanks for having us on.
Now, mate, I was talking to you pre-season and you had no players. You were rigging around everywhere, trying to get players left, right and centre. And not only have you been able to put a team together, as well, hey?
Yeah, it's been a real journey so far for us as a club. Obviously, the challenges of last year were thankfully a distant memory now, but it created its own challenges, attracting players to the club. I think really getting Gary Ward over was a critical signing for the club, and it helped convince some players that we had the right coaching staff in place to develop players and help them achieve their goals. We're excited about the junior part of the club and how we can integrate those players into the squad over the years ahead. And it was good to get some old faces back that I worked with previously. It's a great mix.
You were, of course, the former coach of the QAS, Raw Youth, the juniors coming through the Raw system. And you won a grand final with the two Fryer twins. You were able to get those girls over to Moreton Bay, and they've both done knee injuries this season.
Yeah, it's devastating. There's no other word for it. I can barely process it right now. We only found out yesterday about it, and it's unbelievable. I mean, both of them, I still think, I think they've got aspirations of being Matildas, and they've got every right to be. They've got all the ability, and I'm just shattered for them. I still think there's enough time for them to get their rehab underway and get them in the right environments, and hopefully they can be smokies for that 23 World Cup at home.
All right. Now, of course, the bombshell was dropped today that skier Hannafin has left Brisbane City. What did you make of that?
I feel for Hanno. I think Brisbane City have been very ambitious in the female space. It's not the same as the men, and I think a little understanding probably would have helped. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure Brisbane City was clear with him on what they wanted to achieve this season, and they're probably going to struggle to make that top 8 at the moment. So you can understand as a club with aspirations like they have why they made the decision. I think it's a good learning for all coaches around setting realistic expectations around what success looks like.
So looking at results on the weekend, Brisbane City, of course, had a 1-1 draw with Southwest Queensland Thunder, who is still winless in the competition. You had a 4-0 loss to Lions, which is quite respectable, wouldn't you say, David?
Yeah, credit to Lions. They're the benchmark in the comp. They've been that for at least, the last 2 years. They run a good program out there, and they're the closest thing we've got to a W League squad in the state. I can't speak highly enough of how they played that night. It was disappointing, I guess. I feel a few of us got frozen in the headlights on the night and probably overawed by the situation. Didn't help conceding the first 2 goals the way we did. I thought we were right in it and battling hard and just needed to take a chance or two. And we really gave away a soft one first up. And then to concede while Shane was injured was a bit of a bitter pill to swallow to go down 2-0. But, Lions were the dominant team on the night. But we've got a very different success criteria to them at the moment. I'm confident in 18 months as the program grows and the players get to see what the environments need to look like and how they need to challenge each other. I'm confident that in the time ahead that we'll get closer to challenging Lions. We lost them 7-1 pre-season in 70 minutes. So I guess 4-0 in 90 minutes is a little bit better, but I don't think we really challenged them the way I hoped we would.
All right. And the other big results on the weekend, Gold Coast United and South United had a 1-1 draw. The QAS had a big win over Virginia United, 2-1. Yep. Olympic 3-0 over Mitchelton, and Western Pride, Liam's side, a 3-2 victory over the Gap.
Yeah, it was a good result for the girls. happy with her hat trick. And I don't know whether you've seen that assist from Meg McElligott to get her for having to get her hat trick, but it was a peach. I reckon ball of the season, boys, ball of the season. But big win for the girls there. It's a real battle to keep in that top 8, and these girls will be happy with that result. They've got to start showing a little bit more consistency. They've come close a few times this season with a few draws. So that top 8 is up for grabs.
David, you're sitting in 4th place at the moment, 1 point off second. South United, surprise. Looking at this ladder, I haven't looked at it recently, and we've seen that Gold Coast United have made the big drop. They've still got a couple of catch-up games, of course, but South United in 2nd place. Gary French has done it again.
He does it every year, mate. He's a quality man, and he always recruits really well. So I think he's, again, showing his quality in the league. Souths are always there and thereabouts. So well done to Gary. I think he's proven again that he's the man for the job at South.
And how far away are we from the split? How many more games are there to be played?
End of round 17. So we got the bye this weekend, thank God.
Yep.
And then 3 more games for us. So it's getting pretty tight. And I think a few clubs are mathematically out of it now, but it's going to come down to the last day. And I reckon it's going to come down to goal difference.
All right. So looking at that, Logan Lightning are in 15th place on 10 points. Sunny Coast Wanderers are in 8th place on 18 points. So a couple of wins and you can be well in the mix, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. It's a tricky one. I don't think we're safe yet, to be honest. We've still got to manage some pretty big losses to our squad. Hopefully some of our 23s can get up. But I think when I looked at it, the magic number, I think, is definitely 29, but I think 27 would make you safe in the top 7 because it's not really top 8 because QAS are in there as well. So it's going to be a hard pill to swallow for that 8th team, I think.
Looking at this weekend's fixtures, Southwest Queensland Thunder host Gold Coast United, Virginia taking on Souths, Olympic against Peninsula Power, Mitchelton against Easts, Lions hosting QAS, Sunny Coast Wanderers against Capalaba, Logan Lightning taking on the Gap, Western Pride hosting Brisbane City. So you've got the bye this weekend. What are you going to do with your team, David?
Oh, mate, just recruit. We're still letting the dust settle from the weekend. A big shout out to Flo, who's got a broken leg. Sean's obviously out for the season, and Sam Bambling's going to be out for a couple of weeks as well. So it was about as bad a night as I've ever had coaching. I've never seen that many injuries in a game before. So we need the break to reassess and, be ready for QAS next weekend. Hopefully we can give some of the younger girls an opportunity to be looked at by Gareth. Hopefully they can impress and, hopefully get an opportunity in the QAS in the years ahead.
Sunny Coast Wanderers against Capalaba. That's my match of the weekend, I think.
Definitely, yeah, and it's a big one for both clubs. I know Archie's pretty keen on that 2nd place. But yeah, I think the Wanderers, it's a game they've got to get some points from. So if they're going to make that top 8, and I think with Beck Horsey up there as their leader, I'm confident they might create a surprise there and at least get a draw.
Good stuff. All right, David, I know that you're a busy man, so we'll let you go for the evening. Thank you so much for your time.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having us on. And yeah, just shout out to the girls who are injured at the moment. Our hearts just are broken for you, and we just hope you a quick recovery.
All right.
Awesome.
That is David De Silva, coach of Moreton Bay United's NPLW team. All right, now let's welcome our other guests tonight. Liam's already jumped in with a comment. We've got Tony Jorkis as well, who's our regular, and we've also got from the Sunshine Coast Fire, Daniel Carew. DK, welcome.
Hi, mate. Okay, I'm hoping you can hear me now.
Yes, we certainly can.
Sorry.
That's all right. Now, let's turn our attention to the NPL. Guys, some big results on the weekend. I would suggest that Peninsula Power over Brisbane Raw Youth, they've got one hand on the cup now, haven't they, Tony?
I reckon the 3 comps have got the winners already. Power won't be caught. City won't be caught. The 2 Team Cobb's already over. There you go.
Of course, talking to Ben, the assistant coach at Power last week, and he was sort of saying that they've got the 3 games, and if they can get through these next 3 and then win those next 3, then they're set. You know, they're pretty much on their way. But of course, they have been in this position before, and they have lost the league from this position before. So
I just don't think there's enough teams down in the bottom half to cause any problems.
They know how to win. They just
Yeah.
don't lose. even when they don't play well, they still win.
That's points. That's right.
they always find a way. All right. Looking at the other results, nothing too much to mention there. No, let's just have a look at the ladder. Let's turn to that. So Peninsula Power, 36 points, 9 points ahead of Olympic in second place.
And a game in hand.
Yeah.
With a game in hand, that's right. Gold Coast Knights with Olympic in second and third place. Brisbane Roars lost last week, drops them from second to fourth. So the remaining spots in the top 4 are pretty fascinating.
And you kind of wonder what would be happening now if Olympic didn't kind of have that bit of an inconsistent start to the season as well. They would be a lot closer to Power. So that wrecks their hopes, I reckon, for getting that number 1 spot at the end of the season.
They'll be looking forward to more finals now, trying to gear up towards getting themselves so they can win a final.
Yeah, FFA Cup too. They'll be
true.
looking to stretch their legs with that as well.
Well, FFA Cup, they played Power this week, Olympics, so that's
a big game.
Yeah.
We do have a promise from Olympic that next week they will be on the show. So all those Olympic fans out there, look out for that. All right, now let's have a look at the NPL fixtures this weekend. Friday night, Gold Coast United are taking. Is that this week? That's not this week.
Next Friday.
FFA Cup this week.
It's FFA
FFA Cup this weekend.
So it'll be next weekend.
Right.
Next
Do
Friday.
you guys have those fixtures up there at the moment?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do a mad scramble here.
Yeah, round 14 starts on the Friday, 25th of June. It's Gold Coast first Olympic.
Yep. All right, here they come. All right, let's go to there. All right, so FFA Cup, we have got Brisbane City up against Lions, Peninsula Power taking on Olympic, Magpies Crusaders against Edge Hill United, and Gold Coast Knights taking on the Sunny Coast Wanderers.
Good
Discuss,
game.
I think City-
Daniel?
I reckon City will beat the Lions.
I reckon they will too, I reckon I absolutely agree with you there, Tony. I think, like I said to you before, I think City's squad at the moment is good enough to be competing very easily in the NPL. So I think, they're gonna cause an upset. Is that at Richlands?
That's at City.
That's absolutely 100%.
I wonder if the 10 Lions supporters will travel to Spencer Park this week. It's a Friday night. It could be a bit late for them.
I'd go for the pizza and the food after for sure. Why not?
That's it. I'll do the same. I'm going there Friday night.
No, I reckon City will win too. I mean, we've played them recently, and they're tough. they got experience too. I think with Smithy and Bowlesy, I think they'll be right up for it. Do well in the FFA Cup.
Yeah, and you know what? I think they're going to win comfortably. That's my call.
Yeah.
Whew. DK, what do you think about Gold Coast Knights against the Wanderers? Can the Wanderers pull off an upset?
It's tough going down there. They just played them recently too and got beat. I don't know. I hope a Sunny Coast team. I would like to see a Sunny Coast team go as far as they can, but I don't know. It's a tough one because Gold Coast are good down there, and just coming off the fact they'll be quite confident that they can beat Sunny Coast, considering they've just beat them just before. So, but look, hopefully Arnie can get them up, and the boys can do a good job for Sunny Coast. It'll be good for us, good for the Sunny Coast community to hopefully get a team all the way through.
All right. Speaking of getting a team all the way through, let's discuss your result on the weekend, Daniel. You had a 3-2 win over the high-flying Rochedale Rovers. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we didn't start. We didn't start well. We were we conceded quite early from a really poor mistake, But no, look, we dug deep. We played some really good football. I spoke to a lot of the Rochdale boys after, and they complimented us really well. But it's been coming for us. Like, to be fair, people are saying that we're been poor and all this sort of stuff, but we're losing games by mistakes, our own mistakes. It hasn't been because we don't play good football or we don't create chances. We create a lot of chances, we just don't finish, and that's been our issue. So it was actually a really mixed bag. We're probably missing 6 of our starting team, and the young boys really got up for it. So sometimes a mixture of some young boys in there really stepped up. It was good.
We know that the Sunny Coast Fire has the academy, the full-time academy at the high school.
Yeah.
Do you get to have a look at those guys at all? And is there anyone that's sort of making their way on the fringes?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's more the youth, so they're not really stepping into the top team just yet. But you can see by under 23s, like that academy kind of system. The idea is that a lot of the young boys are in that 23s. I mean, I think we're second in the 23s, and that's all. Even our top team are all under 23, pretty much. We've only got 5 or 6 over age 23. So, yeah, like even the younger, I've watched like the academy stuff. There's some really good stuff going on there. So yeah, if I can get my hands on them in a couple of years, that'll be quite good.
I think it's quite interesting with those younger age groups is that Fire and especially having interest in Western Pride as well. You look at the through the age groups, the under 23s and 18s and 16s. They're where their position on the ladder would probably indicate that there's some good quality young kids coming through those teams. So I think for the future of these fixtures, in a few years' time, I think it could be a different picture, really, than what you see now. So you just got to keep those kids. Keep them motivated, keep them involved in your club, and see if they can come through the ranks.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was at the club at Fire probably 5 years ago as well. So when I first came in, we were all young. There was obviously they were dominant. We were dominating. We were quite strong in the juniors. But then obviously, just things didn't go well. In the sense of players mismanaged, coaches mismanaged, and all this sort of stuff happened. So they had a really big drop off, and you saw what happened, I guess, with the Sunny Coast, and Wanderers picked up a lot from where we left off, and now it's kind of starting to even each other out a little bit. So it's look, there is a lot of good players in the Sunny Coast, and I think that a lot of teams now kind of realize that. They used to all travel down when I played. They all traveled down to Brisbane and played on the Brisbane leagues. So we can keep them at home, and we can probably get some more results and get better quality throughout our system.
Okay, looking at the ladder, Brisbane City are 8 points on top after 11 rounds. It's done, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mate, I don't see anyone catching them. I think we dented Rochdale, and I think they're probably one of the only teams that maybe could cause a problem. But I don't know.
Rochdale were like we pushed them as well with pride, and they've been lucky to get some good results for them, for their club over the last few weeks. So there's been a few clubs there and about with Mitchelton. So yeah, this loss was probably coming, but City's definitely gone away with it. But I still think they'll drop a few points towards in the second half of the season. But I don't think that the relegation spot, the promotion spot's still there for sure. But yeah, so I don't think that I'll go through undefeated, if you know what I mean.
Let's turn our attention to the other end of the ladder. DK, you're in 10th spot. I understand that 3 clubs are going down from this league. You're second from bottom, but 4 points off safety. How are you gearing up for this battle?
I think like anything, it's the first time that I've been able to come into a league where there's promotion relegation. So for me, it's kind of however you look at it, I'm excited. I'm actually enjoying the fact that either way, if we were in finals football to a relegation, it doesn't, for me, it was always going to be an experience. But put it this way: if you come to training and you speak to boys, you wouldn't know they're in a relegation battle at all. So they're confident that they're going to be fine. But again, you got to get results. So,
well,
this has been a good boost for them. Don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like we've been playing badly or poorly. I think it's just we just needed to find the right. Again, you always have the same excuses. Oh, it's a new team, but they are all new. Most of them haven't been in this league or in the competition for a while, so it was always going to take a little bit of time. But I didn't expect it to take this long. To be fair, I'm honest.
Well, probably the only fixture for the FQPL is actually this weekend with a catch-up round between Fire and Pride.
Yeah.
Is that on Sunday night? Is that right?
Yeah, so we play Sunday night at ours, and then the following week we go down to theirs and we play Saturday night at 7.
Yeah. Bring your jumper. So yeah. Okay. So how you feeling about that one against my Pride boys? You feeling all right? You think that you recovered all right from the Mitchie game?
Yeah, look, I think always confident. Every game we go into, we're confident. I don't think we're ever not confident, but I think every game in this league's tough. Like, I don't see any of them being easy. Even when we beat Wynnum 5-1, that score didn't reflect of I guess how they were. I didn't think they were that bad. And I think even the games that we've played against teams, like everyone looks at the Holland Park 1-1, but we had a man sent off in the 13th minute and we played with 10 men and we could have, should have, and would have won that game. But this is the league. It happens. You just got to make sure you turn up for each game.
Well, and you're 7 points off fourth place.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. How
crazy.
You win 2 in a row, and then all of a sudden things change completely.
Well, you look at Pride in 4th, on the 15th down to you guys in 8th. I mean, there can be a few little upset results. Well, not so much upset, but there can be a few good results for a couple of teams in there, and the whole thing can flip its head. I mean, the good thing about Pride at the moment is that they've got 2 games in hand at the moment. So,
they do.
So if they were to, those 2 games coming up are against both the Fire. So any at least one result from one of those 2 games, Pride have increased their lead, and Knights are on a bit of they're on a little bit of a struggle street at the moment as well.
Yeah, it's interesting because these 2 coming up are very much, it's a double header. So there's big points, for both. So we're fully aware of that. And obviously they're aware to make finals football. So, both teams are playing for something. It's not like we're both sitting, 6th, 7th and just chilling. There's points there to be had. So.
Well, I know Brian Hastings, talking to him, he's got ambitions for 2nd. He wants to go all out for 2nd. So we'll see how the second half of the season pans out, and so it'll be good couple of weekends coming up there.
I think Holland Park are in trouble. I reckon they're gone.
Yeah, I think Holland Park. I think out of all the teams that are in the competition, they look the more likely to go down now. Yeah. I think. Wynnum Wills, they're on a bit of
they've had a change of guard as well.
Yeah.
Players go as well, and I think they cleaned out a little bit, and they look all right considering. But we played Holland Park again recently, and we played them with 10 men, and that's no offense to them or anything, but we should.
Yeah, no, they're gone. Let's not that. I'll now upset them this week.
Well, I think they're playing this week. Are they playing this week as well? They're playing Wolves?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah. Catch-up game there as well.
Well, if they win
glad you guys are in the know.
Oh, yeah, sorry for taking over there, Darren. We're just like, over the top of the host.
That's fine. I'm over there. Keep going.
Yeah. You got a lot of fingers in a lot of pies, Darren. So
that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
That's okay.
We'll have a quick look at FQPL too before we wrap things up. And looking at the results on the weekend, all the teams that were expected to win won. So not too much change there. It's still Caboolture. 1 point, just 1 point ahead of Grange Thistle at the moment. Thistle are really making their move now. Of course, Caboolture do have a game in hand. But, Tony, it's a 3-team comp. Taringa are in 3rd on 23 points.
Who's the 3rd?
Taringa. Taringa Rovers, 23 points. Caboolture on top on 27.
Yeah, look, it's all over Red Rover. You might as well send the trophies to the engravers and give it to Terry to celebrate early.
Well, don't forget, Tony did say a couple of weeks ago. He said that they've had a couple of injuries themselves, so they've got a little bit of a change to a squad.
Yeah,
So
once they get their full strength squad back, they're untouchable in that comp.
yeah,
Yeah,
They do well in the QPL,
that's right.
and they'd probably they got some good. They got some talent in there. Jeez,
Yeah.
give me a couple.
good to see Cam back. Cam back after his usual reds that he gets. And, saying being with Pride, it was always a bit of a running joke with his red card. But that's the way he plays. He's
100 mile an hour.
he's got a lot of heart, Cam, and whatever club he's playing for, he'll give it all, and that's the way he plays. It's either all or nothing. Sometimes it comes off spectacularly, like he's made some fantastic tackles over the years with his grit, and then sometimes it kind of mistimes himself. But that was a big get for Caboolture getting Cam in there.
Is he still playing in the midfield?
No, I think I haven't taken that much notice, to be honest. I think he was more defensive. I think last game. Yeah. I think it's no matter where he plays, mate. He's everywhere.
Mate, he's quality. He's an NPL player.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they did well to pick him up, put him down into the FQPL too. But as Terry said, they got ambitions to climb up, and he'll be with them for a good couple of years. I'd imagine. So bring him up into the QPL 1 for sure, and then see where it goes from there.
I might just throw this one at you, DK.
Yeah.
We've, of course, had Terry Kirkham on our last big show that we had. We were talking about budgets and clubs performing as a business. Now, with the Sunny Coast Fire, Noel Woodall's put a lot of money into the years, and probably 10 years ago, he was investing heavily in the top team. Now he's putting money into the academy side of things.
Yeah.
How does that play out with you trying to put a squad together?
Oh, it's tough, but at the end of the day, he brought me in because of the local connection. I think realistically, we had to build from the local support and try and get. I think the idea is to get the locals back on board. I mean, that's the big thing with Sunny Coast, is it's like a little hub of their own thing that we have to sort of get players in that are, bringing Brisbane players in and things like that, and spending money. It hasn't worked in the past. Coaches have done it, been here, and it's the same result. So why spend all that money on trying to bring players in from outside when no one comes and watches anyway from those? Everyone wants to see their locals. So we had to kind of go that way. And I look, me running businesses myself, it was easy enough. He gave me a budget, and I just worked within what that budget was. And we were able to get I still think we've got enough quality in there to do well in this competition. So, for me, you got to treat like it's
going to be a draw, bro. Isn't that what Jason Hall said a few weeks back when we had him on? He said that with Thunder that they've gone back to their roots of trying to get as many local players as they can, and it's actually done very well for them.
Well, I mean, the group. I mean, for me personally, I come from the local competition, and we used to go watch the Wanderers every week, and you have your local players in there, and we've got enough quality there that we can do well. I mean, obviously, you always need a couple more that are going to be a little bit more high profile, a little bit better to get you in that top spots. But I think you have to have a base before you can do that. You can't just go get a couple of players and expect them to win your games, especially in this league. It doesn't work. You have to have a good foundation before you can actually, add those players in. Plus, you got to attract them. No offense to the Sunny Coast Fire, and I've been there. Not a lot of players that are high profile want to come there right now until it's right. And you got to get stable people. And I'm there for long term, and that's the whole point, is to give them a stable base so that each year they can turn up, same coach, and have a philosophy and start to build the juniors. And I think it's necessary. They couldn't just keep doing what we were doing in the past, and that had to change. So from behind the scenes, it's been good. there's a lot of changes that have happened, and the group themselves are unbelievable. They've been really good at getting behind it. So hopefully we can get ourselves out of where we're in the situation, and we can get some stability, and then we'll grow.
We're also talking a fortnight ago about there being super clubs in the area that have the massive clubhouses and the pokies and the revenue raising that they can use to fund their first team. Is there a club on the sunny coast that has the capacity to become a super club?
When Caboolture were in our league, they were that team.
Yeah,
that's what they've left obviously and gone to Brisbane, done the right routes. Whereas I don't think so. Like honestly, I think the local clubs, and I've been in around it for a long time. I don't think so. I think Wanderers and Fire, like having the NPL and the QPL teams, they need to find their own clubs as well. I still disagree with, that we don't have a clubhouse yet. And I know we're going down that path and going, getting our own facilities at the school. So I know that they're going down that path, and Wanderers are probably the same, being affiliated with Budrum. It's tough. Like, you're sharing amenities, and, you need to compete against teams that have got their own stuff. And I think it's something that every club, to be successful or to even survive, you have to start to go down the route of having your own stuff. And it becomes, it's culture. It's like, you look at the clubs that we're playing, we go to Brisbane City. You go to, even the other night, you go to Rochedale. I mean, the facilities are fantastic. It feels like their club. It's got Rochedale written all over it.
Yep.
This is no offense to us, and we talk about it all the time from an inside perspective, but you come to us, we've tried to make it as homely as possible. If anyone's been down there recently, we've got it fenced off, and we've got all our sponsors. It's still not ours, though, and you can feel it's not ours. It's not our home, so that's something that's definitely been on the table, that we're pushing towards getting our stuff sorted and going down that path. But it's money, and you need money to be invested in those things.
Definitely.
Darren, just real quick, it's 10 o'clock, so I have to head off to work. So I just want to say thank you very much for joining us, Dan, and I'll see you boys next week.
See you, man.
See you later,
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
mate.
Bye.
All right, we're about to end the show now anyway, so we will leave it there. DK, thank you so much for your time this evening. It's been great to have you on board.
No, I appreciate that.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
And Tony, bit light on tonight with the dropping the bombs, mate. You got something?
There's not many bombs to drop tonight, mate. I just slept.
That's true. That's true.
Not much happens. It's quite a show tonight, isn't it? Right? We'll wait till next week.
Not much controversy.
See who we can upset next week. I'll work on it over the weekend.
Good stuff. All right, looking forward to it.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with Ben Kahn if he does go. But now with what's going on the Central Coast.
Let's talk about quickly. Just fill everyone in on that.
What was that?
So fill everyone in on that. So Alan Stajic has left the Central Coast Mariners.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
And you're expecting Ben Kahn to be in position to take over.
Ben's been there. He's always had ambitions. That would be an ideal club for Ben to go back to. Unless they do the merry-go-round that they do in the A-League. Robertson goes from Wanderers to there, and then they just do hop, skip, and jump around like a merry-go-round, recycling everyone.
Like the usual A-League?
No?
Like the usual A-League, just recycle?
Yeah. That's what I made a comment earlier, DK, that it should be called the Recycle League.
Mate, I agree with you. I speak to players that I've got friends that are A-League players that have been and gone, and they say the same thing. So it's not like it's something that's no one agrees with you. I think most people would.
Yeah, because I mean, I would think if the guy from Wanderers gets the sack for the bloke from Mariners to go there, they might do a swap.
Just walk in and walk out.
And even though, have a look at Warren Moon's done a great job, you've been given a chance. Why can't they give it another chance? Instead of recycling all these blokes every year, the same blokes, just a different shirt. The renovators must be loving it, changing the wardrobes.
Well, he's been Benny's. Look, let's be fair. Benny has been down at Mariners before.
That's right.
Did a good job with the youth team, and then obviously has people like Joshua Nisbet now, starting in most games and doing really well. So I'm sure that he would be a fan favourite to go back. I'm sure.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting how that pans out.
Would he leave Olympic though? Would he leave Olympic with how much?
Aspirations. If you've got aspirations, opportunity comes. You wouldn't knock it back, sure.
Sure, yeah.
Because you might not get another chance.
True. Because once you're in, I guess, then you can get part of that recycling group.
That's right. Yeah, you can join Cleanaway.
All right, guys, we might leave it there. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
I'll see you Friday night, Darren. You going to City?
I might be karaoke Friday night.
Why don't you karaoke? Jesus, multi-talented.
Right? Yeah, I'll do my footballing on Saturday.
All right.
All right, this has been the Village Law SEQFC preview show. We will see you guys next week.
Cheers, boys.